Hello duckies, and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 build video. Today we are building a sunny yellow cottage in Henford-on-Bagley. It's a house for either two parents and a kid, or one parent and a kid. So here I am just mapping out the outside of the building, trying to get the shape that I wanted. I've been really into Queen Anne cottages particularly, and this is definitely a Queen Anne style cottage. I also really wanted to do a cottage that had a bump out supported by corbels, and I actually managed to do that in this build. I was really excited about that. I had a hard time with the roofing on this build. It took quite a bit to get it to look right, and even then, like, the top part of it was, when you looked from the top down, it looked really strange. So I went back and I redid the roofing and made it just like smoother. So if you download this build, you might see that. I don't know if I don't think I filmed it, so I don't think it's in the video, but I did go back and smooth it out a bit because it looks very like weird and lumpy. I don't know if you guys see that, but it doesn't look right to me. So as we are working here are some of those columns from Cottage Living, and these corbels I believe are from Get Together. I really wanted to use that door so badly in this build. It's so cute, but it's just like I never quite I'm really glad we got that door, but I never quite feel like I want to use it. Not yet anyway. I probably will do some kind of massive fairy tale like house at some point, and I'll use it for that, because it's made for that. It's like absolutely a fairy tale cottage kind of door. But this isn't really meant to be a fairy tale cottage, so I'm pretty sure I went back and changed it out. So here I am just painting the outside. I've been trying to play with textures a lot and using like different kinds of siding and like stones and things. In this build I decided to just go with plain old vanilla texture and just do the whole thing in the yellow siding, but I used a lot of columns and stuff to add a little bit more visual interest. I love the new mullioned windows we got with Cottage Living. They are so cute, and I love also that they come in a lot of different colors, and that one in the middle of the front there actually has that little bit that's open. I love that so much. That's one of the things I love about the Moschino stuff windows, is that they're open. I just think that looks so cool. It adds such an element of realism to The Sims, which I always enjoy, as long as it's not too real. Because I mean, you know, I want to be able to go to space, and if from building a rocket in my backyard. And that's not real. So anyway, so here I'm using these house flowers from Get Together. I pulled out that drain pipe. I've really wanted to use it, but I don't think I ended up putting it in. It's just one of those like little details that makes a build just look that much more like real, I think. So I'm putting in some window boxes, and this is the back door. I love those stairs from Snowy Escape. There's also columns and a fence that come in that same swatch. I love the wood grain texture. It just looks so cool, especially for like a cottagey build like this one, because you imagine the stairs were built a long time ago, and I think that wood kind of starts to get that like grainy texture the older that it is. So here I'm using some lights from the toddler stuff pack, along with that tree that you get if you order. I think it's available if you get Cottage Living between now and September 2nd. If you can't get Cottage Living though, there is a tree in Debug that is somewhat similar. I don't remember which pack it comes from. It might even be base game. I will have to check that out, and I will let you know. So here are I put some benches down from Outdoor Retreat. I love the style from that pack. It's so cute. I'm building a pond here, so the way that I'm doing that, I kind of get the way that I've been using the pond tool is I just put a hole in the ground, and then I flatten it out, and then kind of smooth it so it looks right. And I use the water depth maps to make it kind of so your Sims can still get in it. Oh, there's a little fox there off to the side. I didn't notice that before. That's cute. So here I'm putting in a chicken coop with a nice little fenced area for your chickens. I love this green accent color that I chose. It's kind of funny because you would think that if you put yellow and green together, you kind of have like a baby poop moment, which is not particularly cute or exciting. But it turned out really cute, and I think the yellow and green together has a very, very Queen Anne feel to it. I really, really, really love that. Here I'm putting a bit of terrain paint around the pond, which I have found is the way that you make ponds look like they belong in the environment, because in real life, the edges of ponds are not green. Green grassy goodness, you know, they are muddy, and yeah. So here we are putting in some rocks and just some little bits and bobs to make the landscape look a little bit more organic. And I really love doing that. It's one of my favorite things, is to try to make it look. It's also one of the hardest things to do, is make things look like nature put them there, and that has that randomness. So here I put in a little woodworking table and the flower arranging table. This is one of my favorite things to do here in the front. We're putting those little pots. What are they called? They're pots, yeah. Putting those little handmade pots with the flowers from the game. Here we're working on the floor plan. I did this thing with the half walls because I think that it looks neat, and it makes the stairs when you're playing, they're easier to see when you're trying to do stuff. I actually really like it. I've been messing with it a little bit lately, and I think it looks nice. So here we are doing the kitchen. I couldn't decide if I wanted yellow fixtures and appliances in the kitchen or green, so I think I ended up putting in both at first and then going back and changing it. I think I ended up with all yellow, because that's sort of the theme of the build, and then green is meant to be just an accent. And plus there's already green in there from the shutters and shades and stuff. Oh, that's kind of fast. Sorry about that. Alright, so here we are doing a little dining area, and I realized that I said that this house could be for 3 people, but I only made a dining space for 2 people. Weirdly enough, this little house is considered a small house, which I thought it would be a lot smaller than that. I did have the intention of making this a tiny home or a small home or micro home, one of those. But I also didn't want to build to that what's the word? Like that standard? Exactly. So I kind of realized that it would count as a tiny home, one of the tiny home tiers, and then went with it. I think I just had to cut off like one thing. But it wasn't anyway, it's a small house, so you get those skill gains in this house too, which is always nice when you're playing. Especially if you're doing like rags to riches or something, and it makes it so much easier. Sometimes it makes it a little too easier because it's so OP. But if you want that to be a little easier, or one thing you can do too is you can play it on regular. This is something I do with tiny homes sometimes. I play it on regular until I get frustrated, and then I'll go back and set it to tiny so I get those skill gains. Because like you can play a tiny house as a regular house, but you can't play a regular house as a tiny house if it's too big. So yeah, it's just a little tip of my gameplay. My gameplay acumen there. I was trying to figure out what to put on that wall. I put a wreath for a little bit, and then I think I went back and put shelving up there. I love that little basket with the what are they called? The little basket with the blankets and pillows. I just cannot talk today. I'm sorry about that. So I did that shelving there, and then here I'm putting in some rugs because it's not a cottage build that I did if there's not 18 billion rugs. I'm loving layering rugs lately too. I've been doing that quite a bit. I just think it looks so cute when you layer rugs, and it looks very like lived in, like people actually live here, and I really love that. It makes me happy. So here we're working on the upstairs, and I forgot to put in a bathroom until the very last moment, and then I think I realized a little bit after I was trying to get a bed into the master bedroom that there is no bathroom in this build anywhere. And that is problematic, so I had to go back and change it a little bit. So I'm putting in that little cardboard dollhouse from Eco Lifestyle, and I really wanted this unicorn, but it just wasn't working, so I had to get rid of it. I've also been putting these rugs down in the kids' rooms because I think they're so cute. And I love these drawings. I think they came from Parenthood. They're just so cute, and they're one of my favorite things to put in a kid's room. So here is about when I think I realized that I needed a bathroom. And in order to get a bathroom, I had to move some stuff around. So I did. And I'm pretty sure I fit a double bed in that bedroom too. Which, you know, is necessary. You can get 2 Sims into it. You just have to have one get in first and then like scoot over. Here I'm trying to decide if which is the worst sin of aesthetic. Having the window not centered in the wall, or having it not sit right above the lower window. Alright guys, we are just about coming up on the screenshots here. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. And if you enjoyed it, also go ahead and leave a like or a comment, and let me know if you like what you liked about it, or you know, I really want to know your thoughts and your feedback so that I can make more videos that you guys want to see. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.